Hello everyone, I'm here today to talk about our overalls. What are they made out of? What makes them different from other overalls? How should they fit? How should you size them? Hopefully those are questions you all get answers to in this video. Let's start out with the design. When I started making clothes in my basement 13 years ago, I knew I wanted to make overalls, but it took a really long time to not only figure out how to make a really good pair, but be satisfied with a design that I felt like did justice to the idea of what I wanted to create. Simply put, I wanted to make the very best overalls that I could, and then they were just going to have to cost whatever they were going to cost. I'll go over the design starting at the top and kind of working down. The straps, I felt like, are an area where there was some serious room for improvement with other overall designs that I had seen. I was never a fan of the slider buckles right here. They always kind of dug into my collarbones, and I just felt like it wasn't the best place to have a big piece of metal. Similarly, the big buckles and buttons right here, when I was wearing overalls all day working at my family's orchard, I just felt like it was kind of clunky and would start to chafe right there. So what we came up with was a very low profile design. It's basically a piece of webbing with a G-hook, and you set the length once, which can be a little tedious the first time, but once you get the length right and you get the tails of these straps tucked in, all you have to do is unhook the G-hook and you never have to mess with it again. For these straps, we use the same materials that we do on our Easy Pants. It's a USA-made nylon webbing and a USA-made mil-spec steel G-hook. Going down to the bib, you have a big, simple chest pocket that's divided down the middle. One side has a flap and a heavy-duty snap to secure stuff. The other side is just open for quick, easy access. The bib is lined on the back, which gives it some extra structure for when you have stuff in your chest pocket, and it also just makes it look really clean and tidy on the back. The side gusset closures have two buttons here. I think it's important to be able to layer under overalls for when the weather changes. I like to wear a hoodie under my overalls, and you can just pop these two buttons if you need to just make a little room for the bulk of the hoodie underneath. These big front panels here make both the double knee and the hand pockets here. So this whole panel gets sewn on at once, and then this curved row of stitching here creates the hand pocket. People seem to really like the pockets that we do for our work jeans, and I wanted to kind of stay true to that design. To me, the cool thing about this pocket design is that it sort of invites your hands into the pockets, whereas a traditional shaped jean pocket can kind of grab your knuckles, especially on pants that are sort of fitting tighter through the hip area. Everything here is double needled and bar tacked with rivets here, and rivets on the chest pocket. Overalls need to have a zipper fly. Button flies just don't really make sense because there's no waistband that's coming apart to allow you to undo those buttons easily. We found some really nice dead stock brass Talon zippers made in the USA from the 70s. Finally, the pockets. You have two utility pockets here on either side, big pockets in the back to kind of finish out the design. All of the seams are triple needle felled seams, except for on the selvage styles where we have the selvage seams continuing all the way up the side. You might have noticed that all the lines on these overalls have some curve to them. The double knees with this pocket stitching are sort of the centerpiece of this design to me, and I wanted all of the lines to kind of complement and reflect that. Curved pockets are much harder to press in order to make the curves look smooth and nice. The stitching on a curved line, you have to go slower. It takes more care for those lines to be smooth and beautiful. It's kind of like when you see a circle that's slightly out of round or has a kink in it, your eye can just tell right away. But I think that there's definitely beauty in having those curves kind of reflected throughout the design of this garment. Fit. Overalls fit differently than pants. They should be looser. You should have more room to move. They hang off of your shoulders as opposed to off of your waist like pants do. This is a working man's fit. Sizing. Recommend sticking with your normal grease point size. If you already have a pair of pants from us, work jeans or trousers or whatever, order the same size in your overalls. They will be looser, wider through the leg, but that's the way that they're supposed to be. If you don't know your grease point size, we have a sizing guide that should be helpful. You're also more than welcome to email us with any questions, of course. For sizing reference, I'm 6'4", 190 pounds. I wear a 34 waist, 34 length in all of our other pants. This is me in a 34 overall. I feel like this is a really good fit for me. Okay, I think that should about cover it. This product is something that we offer on a rotating pre-order. It's not available to order all of the time through our website, so don't miss out because the window is closing. As always, please email us with any questions you have about literally anything. We'll be happy to help you.